We're back, folks.
Okay, we're going to check our top dead center.
Fight all them springs this time.
Not yet, but it will be. Okay, that looks about right.
It's valve adjustment time.
Yeah, you missed all the rocker box fun again.
You only need to see one of those anyway, didn't they?
No, I didn't miss it though. I had to do it twice. I pushed the push rod up into the rock arm up here, see?
Mm-hmm.
And I can just slide down the lower piece. And that. You just have to center it till you're in the lifter. You got to make sure you're in the center of the lifter, not on the side of the lifter too. And you got to be in the bowl socket.
Look at what you're doing.
Yep. Okay.
Maybe better up on this side for this one. Right.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 20, 19. Okay, so same deal. You move the wrench so you can just tighten it with your hand. You just go like that.
Squeeze them together. Lock it down.
You need a lot of torque that way. I can already turn it, so that's normal. Okay, this one here, do the same thing. You hold it.
Got it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19.
Both wrenches
You
on.
only do one flat at a time, because if you try to do more than one, you get confused on where the hell you're at.
Where did you come up with that number of 18?
It's in the instruction sheet.
Really?
The crane adjustable push rods have an instruction sheet that gives you how many thousandths of movement per flat per thread pitch.
Okay.
And Harley says you use 18 flats, is what they say. And
That's what we do.
they have a real fine pitch thread. So as long as you got the same amount of threads, you can do that.
Final torque there.
And I can turn it with a push rod, and we're good. Okay, so now we're ready to put the clips on it. I use a medium push rod, medium flat blade screwdriver to put clips in. There's the black one.
There we go.
That's medium.
Okay.
That's small, and large is bigger. When you use a thin one, sometimes it shears off the cover.
Mm-hmm.
You use the medium, see how it fits in there pretty good. When you get the fat one where it's way the hell up this width here, you're too far out.
Mm-hmm.
So you like the medium. Okay, first thing I do is I push the bottom cover into the O-ring. So they're all the way in.
Mm-hmm.
Now you hold the
Spring tension.
center piece, and you slide the inner one all the way up. And you push it up into the head. And make sure you're in the O-ring. If you hit on top of the O-ring, it'll cut the O-ring in half and it'll leak. And you have to pull the rocker arm out to change
You can
it.
kind of feel it go up in there. That's right.
Yeah, this one I didn't feel it, but I know it's up in there pretty good.
See the rust marks on there, folks?
Okay, now you take the cover and you put it against that and you shove it all the way up. And you take your screwdriver and go on top.
Bam. Just like that.
You're in. And after it's in, you take it and rotate the whole assembly back and forth a couple times, and that will untwist the O-ring and center them up so they won't leak. Because the O-rings get like a twist to them when you put the covers in them.
Okay.
So if you don't do the twisting, they might leak on you.
And we don't want no leaks. See how easy that goes in there?
Well, the inner ones are hard to get to rotate, but like I said, you don't have to rotate much, but you have to rotate them.
The bike is really coming along tonight, folks.
So there you put this one down, same thing, and you have to push these down a little bit to get them to go in. Like I said, you don't want to cut the O-ring in half, so if you have to really push hard on it,
Something's wrong.
you're not in there correctly. And I've also had guys where they don't put the inner up, they just put it on top of the push rod,
Really?
and that leaks really bad.
Big time, huh?
Yeah, it has a big leak.
People just don't know, I guess.
No, they don't. They don't realize what they're doing. See, this one here, I can't really get much bite to it to turn it, but I can get just a little bit. This one I can turn pretty good.
All right. Push rods are in. Valves adjusted.
So you go like this and wipe off your stupid fingerprints. That's as much cleaning we do around here. Alright, so all you do is put these on. Now we can turn the motor over, but we're going to not have full valve spring tension.
Mm-hmm.
So we can see the push rods going up and down and the lifter's working. It never hurts to do that before you button it up, just to make sure anything stupid happens. You can see it. So,
You want me to turn it?
I got it.
You got it? Okay, all right.
see them going around.
Yep.
Remember, we're only getting about half the lift because we still got a couple hundred thousands or hundred thousands, probably hundred thousands of a lifter collapse still.
Yeah.
Okay, so now it's ready to put the covers on it. So,
If we would have left those lifters the way they were, would you still adjust things like that, like the way they are now, or no?
you adjust them down to about 20, 24 flats.
Mm-hmm.
And if they have oil, you gotta let them sit for quite a while. And then you start unadjust them until you get movement.
Yeah.
And if you're somewhere in that 18 to 24 area, that's probably about the correct spot. Then you give them 3 flats of clearance. So you unadjust them three flats, and that's where you leave them.
Leave it there, huh?
That's half a turn.
Hmm.
And that way you got about 15 thou of expansion where the lifter still would work. If it goes more than that, the lifter gets loose like a solid. And it can only collapse to that 15 thousandths. So you can only lose 15 thousandths of cam lift times rocker ratio, which means you lose about, it's probably about 25 thou lift.
What were the stock ones in here? They're just non-adjustable too?
The push
I mean-
rods are not adjustable.
Yeah. On the stock stuff, right?
Yeah. So that's the advantage of the hydro solid. It's kind of like a solid, not really, but kind of.
Yeah.
It allows you to have almost a solid cam and still have it streetable. If you run a mechanical cam on the street, it's pretty noisy and it can give some problems. Now, see right there, right now, I don't know what's going on there. We got rocker box covered lifting on the other side. The gasket's doing it or what?
There's no dowel pins or nothing in these, right?
Yeah, see how it goes up right there?
Yeah.
So that means it's right hitting on something right on the edge. It's got to be that rocker on.
Are any of them all the way up right now?
Yeah, but see that arm is right there. You pull that cover out and get the arms all the way up. Yeah, we're all the way up right now. Okay, let's pull the gasket out. Don't tear it. Pull it. Okay, put the cover back on there. No gasket.
Let me tell you, you gotta run S&S valve covers with those. You hitting on the bolt or what?
Putting on something.
It's in the rear right here. It's up a little higher right back here than it is in the front.
I don't know. Let me get the bolts in here. We only care if it doesn't work with the bolts in it.
God, a big old gap on your side, doesn't
We
it?
have a problem.
Houston, we have a problem. We need to put some bluing on it or something, or what? See where it's scratching in that?
Okay, let me see the camera. Okay, so I got my 2 bolts here in. So now we got the cover set up where it's going to sit. we have no gasket in here because we want clearance to the rockers, so that the gasket's going to be the clearance. And you can see how it's up in the air right now, right here. So that light's on right now. Turn the light on. There we go. So as you slide the box forward, right there, it starts to come down. If you go back, it gets higher. So that means it's hitting on this rocker arm here and not this one back here. So what we gotta do is take the cover off. We'll put some usually I just put like a felt tip pin mark under there, and we come back up and get a mark, and we're gonna have to grind it for clearance.
So actual rocker arms, what can we hit it on? Not the bolts or something?
Well, you would think the stock bolts would clear.
Nothing's any higher, right?
Get the last bolt out here. So that went back there someplace. We lost it.
Right here, I got it.
You got it? There you go. So you got to pay attention when you bolt stuff together, even though everything should fit. What a shocker, it doesn't. Okay, we got a lot of rib bosses right here, so we got a lot of stuff that's going to be relatively easy to get rid of for clearance.
So you think like it's sitting here then, huh?
Yeah, it's sitting right on top of that one there. So that's on this side here.
Mm-hmm.
So let me flip it around here to where we can see it. So that's on this side here. So that means this area through here is what it's hitting on. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to measure that in. How far in is that bolt head? That is basically 1 finger in is where we're at. So it's hitting right on this piece right here. So I'm just going to take this one back. I'm going to grind it right through here with a grinder. And I'll go ahead and cut this side here too while I'm at it, just to make sure. And then we'll come back and we'll do it. So here you can take the camera and show what I'm doing.
Because of greater lift that we have now?
Is the light on yet? There it goes. It's because it's got a problem. That's why it's a problem. Who knows? It's just hitting. I won't say nothing about hitting the comic book, but it's hitting. It doesn't matter. Fix it.
The old grinder out.
So this is the appropriate bit.
At the fast one?
Don't push so hard. Sorry to hold that. Now you want to deburr the edge a little bit. Put a little 45 angle to it. A little extra on that because that's where the arm's at.
And keep our fingers crossed that the chrome don't start peeling.
Probably not.
Eventually. But what are you going to do? That's good.
Okay, shut that off. Let me clean this up and back.